Get it already. Shalom, shalom. It's your brothers from the Hopeful Elect. I'm gonna go ahead and salute him, man. First and foremost, we give all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We do so by way of His only begotten Son, who is an instrument of salvation for the nation, our nation, which is the nation of Israel, right? Who we believe to be a majority, or at least on this Western hemisphere, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But we do understand that we were scattered abroad into every single nation, right? Today's video is going to be a little bit different, man. We've never got to do this video, right? You know, I think it's a special video. It's going to be called Getting to Know the Bible Prince. With me today, I got the brother Azrael, the brother Isaiah, and the Bible Prince himself, brother Obadiah, right? And today, man, we're going to be getting to know the Bible Prince, man. It's going to be like a meet and greet type of video. It's going to be a little bit of a podcast style video. I got some questions for the Bible Prince, just in case you guys, shalom to the brother Azariah, FOG in the building. Shalom.
Shalom, right? King.
But it's going to be a little bit of a podcast style video. I got a couple questions for him that not too much. You guys will as we grow, as we get more videos and stuff like that, you'll get to know him more. But I just want to knock out some basics that you guys might be wondering and stuff like that about the brother. And for the brother Bible Prince, don't feel obligated to answer any of the questions if for some reason you feel like you don't want to give that information. Be like you plead the fifth, or next or something. You know what I'm saying? And then so we'll do that. I after this intro, I am about to share a video, man. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the sister.
Shalom.
We'll get into a few precepts, not too many. You know what I'm saying? And then we can kind of, the brothers on the screen, the brothers that's me, Isaiah, Azrael, we'll share our thoughts and our outlook on the brother Obadiah joining us, things like that. But yeah, man.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's perfect timing, baby. Nah, man. Hey, shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to Gigi, man.
Hey, we may or we may not keep doing videos like if our channel, if our body, if our congregation, if our church keep growing, we may do videos just for other brothers and sisters. We may not. But if you know, right? If you know the Hopeful Elect, the Bible Prince, aka Obadiah, aka Buck Island. If you know that brother, if you know our relationship with the brother, this video kind of had to play out like this just because we've been with each other in spirit for so long. You feel me? And we've been laboring and working together all these years. So the brother, he joined the Hopeful Elect, perfect time. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like Shador. So we're gonna get into it, man. But like I said, man, not to discourage anybody else from joining, but you may not get the treatment this brother get. You may or may not. But I'm just saying that's a little deeper.
Yeah, man. And like I said, man, this is the first time we ever got to do a video like this, right? For the longest time, we've been banging out with 3 people, and we are more than honored that the brother wanted to come join us. We'll get into all that later. Shout out to Abiria in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Abiria in the chat. But
she joined as well. That's the brother.
Hey man, chill. We're gonna get into all of this, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get into all of this, man. We rolling slow here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I also want to say on a serious note, you guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Shabbat. If you had I always like to say this, man. If you guys had a rough week, this is your chance to hit that reset button. Kind of, reflect or forget the things that happened last week and to prepare for this upcoming week that we have coming up, man. And hopefully it's a better week for you. If not, we count it all joy, regardless, as Israelites. We know we finished last, like we discussed in our video last night. If you guys ain't see that, go check that video out as well. But without further ado, man, let's jump into this. Go ahead, King.
Con, I was gonna say too, man. I had like the brother was saying, man, we go way back, man. And I had made a playlist on my YouTube, the Bible Prince. If you go to the playlist, I think it say Prisoners of Yahweh Shai, and they got a little X, and they got the Hopeful Elect. And it's like a couple of our videos. It's like a lot of them. But the video that I have found of us laboring together, and I put them together. So if anybody want to go watch that, y'all can. It's on my YouTube.
Bro, do you know who I am?
Hey, look at the lobby. Hey, look at
I'm Brother Donald, bro. I got this cover, man.
Oh, here I did. Okay.
Look down at the lobby, bro.
Hey, look, you in Azrael, man. Y'all up in here trying
my
to.
fault. I just throwing it out there.
Before I issue it out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones that before they say, hey, take it this bread, break it and eat it. Y'all already done ate it already, man. Y'all done threw the grape juice back already. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on, man.
My bad, I'm jumping the gun.
Roll this out slowly. I'm gonna roll the red carpets out for you. No vanity, no folly, man. We just having fun. But I am about to share that video right now. It started playing before I even got to it. Right? Let me know if y'all can hear it. We'll play this video and then we'll kind of get into it, right? Let me know if y'all hear it though.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thumbs up, can you hear it?
Oh yeah, you good.
Y'all can hear it? Okay.
Come
on.
Are you ready?
Turn again. This captivity ain't permanent, no. I'm from Jerusalem. Hey, we'll return again. This captivity ain't permanent, no. Sitting on an album that'll change my life. Should I drop it? I feel the pressure. The Father is watching. I had to revise it. I was getting off topic. Started feeling myself. I was getting too cocky. If you humble yourself, you gon' be exalted. If you speak of the Savior, that's gon' make you a target. I ain't never scared, I'm just getting well prepared. If I wanted to, I could have been famous, but that ain't even what my aim is. Inspired by brothers on them corners, trying to warn us. That's real love, that's why you will never hear me diss a camp. A couple years ago on YouTube, I remember that I wasn't living right. Did he just say Negroes are the Israelites? Would I be this if he ain't answer the call? Ox said, remember the servant that hid his talent? You might perish if you forget about it. Do the works, rock. Yeah, I'm from Jerusalem. Hey, we'll return again. This captivity ain't permanent, they say. Where did you come from? I'm from Jerusalem. Hey, we'll return again. This captivity ain't permanent, no. 70 AD, right before the siege, there she was. A picture of modesty. Fast forward to 2019. Her secret parts are discovered. Hey.
Nobody don't know about them
She's right now. Word, but slowly she's rising again. A world without end. The mother of us all. Yahweh.
Shalom, man. Shalom. It's your brother Obadiah, aka the Bible Prince. And man, with a lot of praying, with a lot of fasting, with a lot of casting lots, that the Most High put on me and my household spirit to move to the hopeful elect. To move to the hopeful elect, man. Just excited to see what the Most High God got in store for us. Just to everything is of the Most High, man. Still no love lost to the brothers from New Wine, man. They'll always be my brothers. You know, brothers got something talk about, hit my phone. Brothers want to do something, hit my phone. I'm always gonna be my brothers too. But you know, the Most High just put on my spirit. He have something different for me, right, to achieve. You know, and I guess he want me there to be around some more brothers, man. So yeah, the Most High put in my spirit to join the New One. I mean, Hopeful Elect, the brothers at Hopeful Elect, man. Some mighty brothers, you know, love them brothers. They've been there since day one. I'm just happy to be a part of it, man. Happy to learn, you know what I'm saying, learn things and just be around brothers and just see how they do things, bro. So, yeah, man. That, love y'all brothers, man. Shalom.
But it's so crazy, like, cause that day I had made that, I was like, man, I gotta, cause we got a group chat, right? People don't know, me and the brothers had a group chat, so I'm like, man, I want to do it. I want, just like they making this, I want to do something for them too. Like, I want to let them, I just didn't want to tell them that. I just want to make something, you know.
Yeah, because the brother was supposed to give us because we was talking behind the scenes, and brother was supposed to give us, you know, an answer what he was gonna do, and the brother went ghost on us. And all three of us are like, hey, Obadiah hit one of y'all up.
Yeah.
Y'all hear from Buck? Y'all, and we were like, nah, he ain't hear nothing.
That speaks to perfect timing, man. Right?
Yeah.
We got them big guests around our neck, man. It's called the Commands of God, right? But hey, look, man, that speaks to the brother right there, man, just to show how sincere he is and the effort that he puts into everything that he does. He made that video. We didn't make that video. He made that video even before we knew he was coming. You know what I'm saying? And so that just speaks to the brother. We're gonna pop this up with a few questions, man. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I got it covered. We gonna get into it all. You know what I'm saying? So you think brother Dan ain't gonna ask you something that we need to know? Hey, you might need to check back into yourself, because hey,
I'm ready, man.
Let's see. We got somebody in the chat right here. She said, I told this is the brother's rib, by the way, right? I told my husband that he was leaving y'all wondering. They probably over there asking about what he doing. Yep, we was.
I already knew. I was like, man, I'm gonna have him thinking like that. I'm gonna have him questioning what's going on. I had made that video.
Right, man. So she was spot on, you know. Let's do it though. You know, first, it's not really a question, but first things first, man. We're gonna start elementary. The Bible Prince, man. Tell us about yourself. Just a little bit about yourself. You ain't got to get into the history or nothing like that. We're gonna get a little bit more specific a little bit later. But just tell us a little bit about yourself, your being, you know, how would you describe yourself, you know, things like that.
Well, a little bit about me. I'm 24 years old, all right? I got a wife and 2 kids. I got a daughter, which is 1 year old, and another daughter that's on the way, Lord willing, you know, October, Lord willing. So, came into the truth, I want to say, well, I heard about the truth in 2016, right? My dad, he the one that introduced me to the truth in 2016. So in 2016, I was like in 10th grade. You know, I was young, 2016. See, these brothers probably gonna graduate college, and I'm a sophomore in high school. You know,
that was my senior year of high school.
Oh, that was just yeah. That's okay. So I can in his 30s yet though. You know, so he right there beside me. So yeah, my dad told me he was watching this video on the laptop. He called me to the laptop, and it was a video of, I want to say it was a street teaching video, saying that we the Israelites. So I'm like, dang, you know, so I started to continue on, you know, the learning and things like that. Still wasn't fully keeping the commandments. I just knew that we was the Israelites, you know.
So not to cut you off, so what kind of, were you religious at all before? Were you a Christian? What was kind of your spiritual background before you found the truth?
At first, you know, I was considering a Christian. I think like middle school we was going to church. I think we was members of this church in Howard, Georgia. So I was considered a Christian, but as I got in, you know, in high school, And my parents too, they started to expand their minds. So we was thinking that we was Egyptians, and I used to have the ankh around my neck and, you know, the Egyptian necklace. So I knew Christianity wasn't the way. So I kind of started drifting to us being Egyptian. So
you had
that's why I was
you had that Rihanna bird on your neck with the wings.
That?
With the wings. You know how Rihanna got that tattoo?
Oh no, it was an Egyptian head. Like it was like a pharaoh. Pharaoh head, you know.
Pharaoh, man.
Matter of fact, I think
the Jesus piece got the Pharaoh.
Matter of fact, I can show a picture. I think real quick, my mom had sent a picture in the chat, and I had it on, and I kind of had I don't know if you can be able to see it though.
Had the Pharaoh piece.
I don't know if you can be able to see it. Hold up, it's kind of blurry.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's a Pharaoh head on my a gold Pharaoh head around my neck. So
I was kind of getting busy with Kemet.
Yeah, man. Like I was, you know, I was hearing about King Tut and all that. That's all I knew about. I'm thinking, okay, these people black, so that got to be us. So I'm thinking I'm Egyptian. I'm going around thinking I'm Egyptian, and you know, so
we used to be pharaohs, man.
I'm excited, right?
Man.
I'm excited, man.
So tell us a little. I know you were about to, and I kind of cut you off, but tell us a little bit about how you were enlightened, how you were awakened, and you know, coming into this truth.
Yeah. So, you know, like I was saying, in 2016, my dad, he kind of planted, well, you know, the Most High, you know, he waters it. My dad, the one that kind of showed it to me, that planted that seed within my head of that I'm an Israelite. So down the line in high school, I'm still continuing to learn, you know, not fully keeping the, you know, the commandments fully, because I was playing sports, you know, playing sports and things like that, and just it was easy for me to stop the pork, but the crab leg, shrimp, and lobster, that was something I was struggling with. So I'm still learning, and it wasn't that many camps around that time yet, because that was 2016, 2017. It ain't a lot of camps like it was now. So I was really watching WFI, which at the time it was called Adam Abbott. That was not Naquan channel. It was called Adam Abbott, man. Golden, right? Golden era. So it was just watching them.
That's back when they had the Martyrs of Yahushua with them too.
Yeah. Before them brothers became Martyrs of Yahushua, they was with WFI. They was in Baltimore. So, you know, I'm watching them brothers just locked in, taking notes. I'm in class, in math class, supposed to be studying for a test. I'm in there, got my notebook. I'm listening to the brother street teaching, taking notes. So, you know, that's the time of me just fully waking up in around like 2018, 2019. I think around the time I graduated, or during that time I'm finna graduate, I'm like, bro, I gotta start taking this thing serious. I know the truth, but I gotta start actually living the truth. So I ended up ordering me some fringes. I went to a Hebrew summit in Atlanta. I want to say that was in 2019. That's when I first ran into Naquan. I took a picture with him, and it was some more brothers from WFI there. And that's before I even knew about General Hashar. My dad, he the one that knew about him. He used to watch General Hashar. So my dad was pointing him out. He like, hey, that's, you know who that is over there? That's General Hashar. I didn't know who he was. Only camp I was really watching was Adam Abbott. So, you know, that's when 2019, when I started actually taking the truth more seriously, in around the time of 2020, 2021, I started going to Tallahassee, you know, ran into them brothers, you know, Aliyah and his dad and them. And that's the first time I ever started teaching, was up there in Tallahassee around that time.
Nice, man. That's one thing I want to say, man. He mentioned a lot of names, man. And, you know, that seems to kind of ring true for several folks, man. You know, coming into this truth, we kind of need our eyes open, and a lot of people can name, you know, several people that were in the mix of them awakening too, whether they were in the Hebrew Israelite community, or whether, you know, they were just, you know, some Christians that were not truly Orthodox, and they were kind of getting into being Hebrew and stuff like that too, right? And you guys have heard our stories and stuff like that, and the names we've mentioned and stuff like that. You really can't get around it, man. So it's nice to know that, you know, the brother, you know, it was something new for me to learn, that I didn't know the brother, you know, was, you know, they was going down that Egyptology rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really realize who all had a hand really in bringing him in. I had a kind of a inkling, but not for real. Go ahead, brother Azrael.
Yeah, I just want to say too, man, I first caught wind or met the brother Obadiah through social media. And I want to say, like, the brother's always been about the brethren. He's always been about the brothers, man. He's always been about the nation. He never, he's the type of brother that pull up on anybody live stream. It could be 3 people in some random live stream. And Brother Obadiah gonna be on the live stream comment section, right? He gonna join lives with people that may not have a big following. He gonna join lives where there's a lot of people watching. He gonna pull up any city that he can, and burn that gas. He gonna, the brother just loved being around the nation, being around the brothers and talking about the truth, man. So that's one thing that I'm glad that he's bringing with him is just that zeal to always be on it, always be in a spirit of fellowship.
Right, man. One of the first times I ever seen this brother, man, was it was on a social media post, and they had him and some other brothers. They had the little Bo Peep staffs, man. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
And I kind of liked it, man. It was like real shepherd boy staffs, you know what I'm saying? I usually just kind of see the sincerity bleeding off the screen for that. So in total, man, how many years have you been in the truth or keeping the commandments?
Okay, the year when I was like, I learned about it in 2016, came to truth around I think about 6 years, man. Actually, me being serious. Yeah, about 6 years.
So it's safe to say, man, he's not new to this, man. He true to this. A lot of people don't make it past 3 years. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I can appreciate with him joining us is that he has been in this thing for a minute, it's refreshing because he has found something that's sustaining him, especially as an individual, right? He's been times where he's been with people, and he's been times where I'm sure he's felt like a nomad in a sense. But every stage of that he has been sustaining, and that's how you can really tell somebody's really tapped in with the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff that I'm sure the brother has witnessed and stuff like that could deter a lot of people to just go back to doing what they was doing, right? With that being said, though, man, how many groups or organizations have you been a part of, or camps have you been a part of? Kind of, because I know we of course we know, you know what I'm saying, and we got history, but just kind of briefly kind of go over like some of the camps you've been a part of, and I guess what ultimately led you over here to labor with us, and of course we do everything really tasteful around here. So of course, the brother ain't finna go and bash nobody or nothing like that, but just kind of explain how those camps ended up coming to be, and then kind of explain kind of the chain of events that happened that led you here with us at the Hopeful Elect, if you want, you know what I'm saying?
Come on. So first off, I started with Prison of Yahushua. It was ran by the mighty brother, right? The mighty brother Aliyah, which he at the servants right now, man. So it started with him, man. It was just, that's when he was in Tallahassee. We all was laboring together before he even came with Prison of Yahushua. We was all, just out there just doing the works, man, just doing the works. And that's when I said, you know what, I want to start me a camp. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. So he started Prison of Yahushua, man. It's a lot of.
So how long were you guys, not to cut you off again, but how long were you guys laboring together before you guys decided, hey man, let's make this official. Let's, make this a camp?
I want to say about 2, I might be wrong. I want to say about 2 years. Cause I used to go, I was in school in Albany State. So I was driving back and forth up there, up to Tallahassee, laboring with brothers for a little minute. So I want to say I was doing that for 2 years, because only 4 of us actually really joined Prison of Yahushua. Cause I know, his dad was doing his own thing, mighty elder, man. But he liked to do his own thing, which was cool. And the brother Taziah, another mighty brother, he wanted to stick with elder and labor with elder, which was cool. We ain't got no issue with that. But I know the other 4 brothers, which I think it was me, Aliyah and Malachi, you know, which he with GMS right now, the brother, Mighty Brother 2, the brother Malachi, and then 2 other brothers, which was Marquaz and Zion, you know, they came around a little later on. So it made us, you know, us 5, you know, teaching the word and just going everywhere, man. That was a time, man. You know, that was still young in the truth, you know, so just going around different places.
Hey, look, man, you know, and you know, we all reminisce on times like that. Y'all seen the video. A lot of those pictures was in there, man. The prison of Yahushua, the hopeful elect, man. We was like one and the same. You know what I'm saying? Every time we linked up, we kind of felt like we was just one big camp, man. That was the vibes.
Lucky, flip the picture of why we talking about it.
Give
him a visual.
And then like you know, things started going on. You know, we were laboring, things like that. But you know, it came with differences when you know, a few brothers had a different understanding on the scriptures and things, and you know, they decided to leave just for differences, situations, you know, which was understandable. It's okay. And so it was just, you know, it was me and Aliyah, you know, for a little minute, man, me and Aliyah. And I got to the point where I couldn't continue to go back and forth, you know, to tally like that. So it we were still part of Prison of Yahushua, which is us 2. We were still Dorsey, you know, that's you know, our first ever unity camp, you know, with the brothers at Hopeful Elect. So we kind of just started, me and Aliyah, we still with Prison of Yahushua, but we was kind of, you know, we wasn't really linking up together a lot, you know, since he was up in Tallahassee. So we're doing our thing. So I actually ran across, you know, some brothers, the brother Nashun, which is another mighty brother, right? Actually, he seen me. I posted under brother.
Was it not to cut you off again, but was it a mutual understanding that kind of that you guys were gonna, you know, I guess come to an end, or did you meet Nashawn before you had the thought of, you know, kind of?
If you go back in the video, when we were at the at that one park, Nashawn's in that video towards the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you go to that picture with the granite black background, like when we all standing at that park.
Yeah, and that's when we wasn't Prisoner of Yahushua then. I think we was New Wine. I want to say we was New Wine then.
Nah, y'all wasn't anything yet.
Okay.
This picture right here, because you see Malak's right there with the red turban on.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of after y'all had just kind of split up, and y'all were starting to come around Nashawn. Nashawn's right there next to Aliyah. He's right behind the poster in that black sweater.
Man, I didn't notice that. That's him?
Yeah, I remember that day we had
that's him.
Man, I didn't even remember that.
And that's Malachi in the red turban.
Yeah, Malachi, my bad. And so when you're looking at it, right, this was like a time period to where y'all might have been talking, but from the outside looking in, nobody knew that y'all were speaking of the new wine finna come into birth right here. You know what I'm saying? So
this was around the time where y'all was having discussions about it? About new wine? Or no?
I want to say, hey, I can't remember when this was took, because I know
because Salakia too, this picture right here, this was like a unity camp, but really it was just like fellowship. Like it was just a bunch, because you see a bunch of people that's in camps, that's not in camps. You see a bunch of people that just know each other. We all just came together that one Saturday, and we all was just, you know, breaking bread, so to speak.
Yeah. So I think so. Going back to the brother Denal question, I hopefully it comes. I don't think we was New Wine yet. I don't think we was, because even going back to what the brother Denal said about the conversation about, you know, was it a mutual agreement? Yeah, I mean, we had got on the phone. I remember like it was yesterday, and it was kind of funny. We had got on the phone. We was talking about certain things, and brothers were passionate, so they were kind of funny just thinking about it. Brother had brother Zion, he had a light on his head. You know the little lights, that got a light, or the little things that you put around your head. They got a light on it. He had that on his head in the dark,
A headlamp.
What you said, King?
It's called a headlamp.
A headlamp, and the camera was close to his face, and I just remember like it was yesterday, man. Brother was battling with the scriptures, and I think then, the brother Aliyah, he just did a vote. He said he did a vote on the spot. He was like, the brothers want to lead the camp, and the brother was like, yeah. And I was like, dang, man, because them brothers.
Brother Aliyah, man, he gonna get straight to it.
Hey, man. Hey, that one thing about that brother Aliyah, that brother blunt. He don't care.
Straight to it.
You feel what I'm saying? I was like, dang. And after they left the camp, it still wasn't no love lost, even to this day. I went over there, we went over there and we talked and chilled. So I mean, that's what people gotta understand. Just because somebody leave your camp or your organization, it shouldn't be no love lost. You know what I'm saying? As long as they still in the truth. So, and then it was just me and Aliyah laboring. I think Malachi, he ended up going, kind of doing his own thing too, because he believed in the lunar Sabbath and things like that. So it was kind of like, the difference in that. So, and I was in Valdosta, and I actually had. Do you want me to go ahead and get to the point, the whole story, how we became New Wine right now?
You can.
Okay, so I was laboring, right? So it was like how the transition was. It went to Prisons of Yahweh Shah, then it kind of changed the New Wine because Aliyah came. Me and Aliyah both came to we was kind of the originals. Was kind of part of the original of joining New Wine, so it's like Prince of Yahweh Shai never left. It kind of transitioned over to New Wine because I remember how I met Nashan. I had come in under this brother video that was teaching. I told him I was in South Georgia, and he come in and he was like, what part of South Georgia you from? And I was like, I'm in the Valdosta, Georgia area. He like, me too. So he dropped his number in the chat, so I hit him up. And then that next day, we end up, I think our first place us laboring was in Adel. He came down to Adel in the brother Eleazar, another brother, right? He came.
Shout out to the brother Eleazar, man. That's a solid brother, man.
Yeah, brother Eleazar, yeah, man. Yeah,
Is he in this picture too?
Yeah, he right there standing next to me.
Yeah,
he's standing right next to me between Aliyah and myself. That's brother Eleazar, man.
Yeah, man. I love that brother there, man. That brother,
real cool brother, man.
Brother. Yeah, man. So it was him, and I think Nashan had just ran into Eleazar. I think Nashan had just met Eleazar that week or the week before. So we all three meeting each other for the first time. Aliyah was still in. I want to say he was in Tallahassee still. So I was just laboring with their brothers. They was closer. I didn't have to drive all the way to Tallahassee. So I started laboring with these brothers, and I think Aliyah. We came to this was before we became New Wine. I think we had a discussion, man. We had a discussion, me, Aliyah, and the brother Nashan. We had like a little disagreement, which is, it's normal. We had a disagreement. So me and Aliyah, we kind of left for a little bit. Then, us and the brother Nashan, we reconciled, we're like, okay. We reconciled. We talked about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no love lost. We talked about it. Then I think the brother Nashan already had the camp New Wine. So when we came back and started fellowshipping more. He already had the camp New Wine, the logo. So I'm like, okay, we New Wine. So that's when the era of New Wine started, man. The Valdosta area. And then the brother. Wait, hold up. I think I'm bad. So let me slow down. I'm missing some part.
I want to say too, man. I remember when y'all first came out with it, man. I was like, man, that's a hard name.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like, bro, that New Wine hard.
Just contextually wise, you know what I'm saying? For what we're trying to do now, as Israelites and wake people up, man. I just thought that was a very, very fine name.
I was actually mad about it though. I was really mad. I was hating. Not the name, but y'all brothers, what I'm saying, congregating the fellowship and down there. I was salty. I ain't gonna lie, because like I said, even though the brother Obadiah, the Lord let him to be, with us now, from going back to the beginning of this, this video, with every time we linked up in the past, man, it was never no, noticeable difference. We was all like the same. So I figured like, if brothers ever, for some reason didn't want to, or prisoners of Yahweh Shah just kind of faded, they could come be with us, But like we said, it ain't never like y'all wasn't with us in a sense like that, you know. It ain't a sense like y'all wasn't with us. It was just I was like, man, y'all could have been Hopeful Elect brothers years and years ago. But you know, every man's going to the Lord.
That's what I'm finna say, man. Man's going to the Lord, bro, because it's just crazy how everything played out and hit the 360 like it came back. Because the whole time we were really, I guess, I don't know, man. It was just, you know, like the brother said, man goings, man. You really can't, you can think of something and have something planned on how you want to do something, or you think it's, you know, the best thing for you that you think the Most High want, and then next thing you know, he changed directions. It's like, dang, okay, so you want me to be over here. So then that's kind of really what was really going on, man. Just that transition period.
I was, you know, I remember, you know, throughout the transitions and stuff like that, man. I know, even when all of y'all transitioned to be with the servants, man, you know, just looking at the situations, I always felt, you know, at peace with it, just because, like what you said, you know what I'm saying, as far as, man, the Most High is going to order our steps. And ultimately, man, I was happy for brothers. You know what I'm saying? I was happy when you guys created New Wine. I was happy when all of y'all chose to be with the servants. Just because, you know, I know in life in general, the Most High is going to lead you places where he wants you to gain something from, you know. And I think at the time, New Wine was exactly where you were supposed to be. I think for the time being, the servants is exactly where E-Man's supposed to be, right? Even just you know, just peeping, you know, what type of doctrine brothers was on at the time, the personalities, stuff like that. Even to leading to the point where you being with us right now, I feel like it was perfect timing. No, you know, not to be funny, but I think everything's perfect timing, and with growth, man, and throughout the years and trajectory of everything, I think everything comes full circle. But I even when the New Wine was created, I saw growth being taking place, and so I was happy for you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was a nice fresh start, and I just knew in the background you guys was figuring things out, not just in a crew setting, but for yourselves too. And I ultimately, you know, I think it was, you know, the best thing for you guys at the time. Not saying that, you know, my opinion is even warranted, but you know, it's kind of how I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? And so let's see what Abiri is saying in the chat, man. Oh, she's kind of, you know, ribs, man. They right there on your side. You know, they gonna correct you on a lot of stuff, man. She said we reconciled around April 2023. She's giving context, man. You know, this is a timekeeper.
Oh, so we reconciled. Oh yeah, so New Wine reconciled back. That's when. Okay, and I missed the part how I met the brothers. Shout out to the brothers Baruch and Nehemiah.
She corrected herself.
Okay.
Nope, sorry. Reconcile was August, September.
Okay. So let me go back. Let me backtrack real quick. So how I met the brothers Baruch and Nehemiah, right? So my brothers, man. We were on the same age, so I think they was teaching. They first came out and started teaching. I think it was on the east side or the south side. That also was in the hood over there teaching. So this before, I think we were still kind of broken up. I wasn't with them, you know, around that time. So I had Kane just to visit. I had Kane to come down. You know, I think the brother Eliezer was telling them about me. And so I went down and I seen them brothers. I ain't never seen them brothers before. You know, brother was already zealous, right? Brother was already, you know, on fire reading. You see what I'm saying? So I met them brothers that day, you know, on the east side, you know, out there teaching. So that's how I met them. We weren't New Wine yet. So so they was part of us becoming New Wine too. I think it was already here, or already, you know, we was already congregating before we came. I want to say that now, before we became New Wine. And so I met them brothers, man, you know, still, and it was just like it wasn't even because I think it was just so different because we're Prisoner Yahweh Shai, you know, we in Tallahassee, you know, so it's big Tallahassee, bigger. We hitting up every every place trying to bring the word out. We in front of every club, we gotta repent, so it's like, man, it was a beautiful time of just transitioning over, still trying to keep that zeal of going out teaching as well too. But Vet Austin really as big as Tallahassee. So came with New Wine, we still, doing our thing, hitting different places as well too. So that was just another part of it, like another part of my life. Tallahassee and Prison of Yahweh Shai was younger me, just, when you first come into the truth, you so zealous, you like, you need to repent, you gonna die. So that was that part of me. Then kind of drifting over to the New Wine stage was I'm kind of getting older, learning how to talk to, it's a correct way to talk to people. You ain't gotta, always, yell at them, communication is key. So I'm kind of drifting over to another stage in my life. It's like a different era,
man.
New me.
Come, man. And that's one thing we kind of stand on is the practicality of it all, and how and we've had conversations and how this truth doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be overbearing or overwhelming. And we can be real with folks and have real conversations and things like that, right? And so and it all comes with growth, right? I think it comes with surrounding yourself with people that are willing to grow, and people that are, are maturing and not staying stagnant. But with that being said, man, in this video that we shared, man, you went over and you said that it took a lot of prayer, a lot of fasting, and some casting of lots, man. Can you share with the people on how you ended up here in this position? What led you to bring you here to this point?
Come, man. So yeah, man. When I say a lot of prayer, when I say a lot of fast, when I say casting lots, that's really what it was. It's just the Most High, man. And it just comes, I guess this something just comes with just obedience, because sometimes you just never know why the Most High is doing something, or, why he calls things to happen, but it's just like one day I was just fasting, which my root was already praying, for just guidance, right? She was already praying behind the scenes for me, which I think at the time I didn't know, but she was already praying, behind the scenes, just that the Most High, if it's whatever his will is, show us, guide us in the right direction. So, with that being said, I was fasting, it just dropped on my spirit, just start thinking about y'all brothers. Now, I'm kind of, no offense, I brushed it off. I'm like, ain't no, what the Most High, so happened again when I was talking to y'all brother at the homeless event. It kind of dropped on me again. So I'm like, is this what the Most High want? So I was just praying. I fasted on it some more, because this to me, this like a transition, another transition of my life. I feel like this is different, because I never really had to leave a camp before. Like I said, when we was Prisoner of Yahweh Shai, I really didn't leave that. We kind of get kind of the New Wine. So I'm like, man, is this your will, man? Because I don't want to do something if it's not your will. So praying on it again, it took me. I prayed and fasted for like 2 weeks, man. Praying and fasting.
I want to preface that with something too, man. Us that you guys are normally used to seeing, me, Isaiah, and Brother Azrael, we're not really big on recruiting. You know what I'm saying? So we wasn't, of course the brotherhood was there with the brother, the history was there with the brother, but we're not really one to actively recruit as a lot of other camps are. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, come be with us, X, Y, and Z. Hey,
learn over here, brother.
Yeah.
And so the decision that he made was solely predicated on him and the relationship he has with the Most High, right? And I just want to put that out there, is that we didn't go and recruit this brother. We didn't try to take him away from anybody or anything like that. Not saying anybody has that mindset about us, but I'm just putting that on the table that we don't recruit. We don't recruit. And so everybody that you see on the screen right now is here because we feel led to be here, right? Not to cut you off. You kind of go back into it because I know we all kind of want to hear will like, you know, about the praying you just touched on, how when you say you fasted, you know what I'm saying, and you can, like I said, you can go into this if you want to, or you want to keep it private, that's cool too. How many fasts was it? How long did you fast? You know what I'm saying, things like that. And then also, if you want to dive into the lots that were casted, you know what I'm saying, it'd be cool for people to know that as well, man. Just to know that the Most High can show up in various ways, you know what I'm saying, and He can make things plain and clear to you in various ways.
Well, I wanted to ask a question similar to along the tracks of what you just, you know, kind of allowed him to explain or asked him to explain. But what was kind of like your prayer during your fast? Like, was it, Lord, reveal to me which way I should go, or, you know, they like emphasize that a little bit, because I would like to know.
Come on, man. Yeah, so that was mainly the prayer, man. I had just praying that the Most High just, you know, show me, reveal yourself, you know, show me, is this you telling me this, or is just, you know, just me, you know, doing this or thinking this. So I just asked him to basically just reveal it to me, man. You know, my rib, she prayed, you know, fasted too, just praying that the Most High just, whatever your will, it be done. It don't matter my feelings, it don't matter how I feel. Whatever your will is and what you want to be done, so be it. You know, so that's really what I was really praying on, man. You know, just that the Most High just guide me and my household to wherever He want us to go, or if He want us to stay, and we'll stay. But that's really what it was. I was trying to continue on doing that. It was to the point where I do Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. You know, for 2 weeks, just going back and forth, just, you know, seeking the Most High. You know, sackcloth. You know, mourning, trying to. When you read the scriptures and you just praying, or you read the scriptures and you just see how our ancestors did things with the sackcloth and how they seek the Most High, and the Most High gave them an answer. You kind of read that. Some people read it like, I mean, it sounds good, but when you put in that situation and you really just, you know, asking for clarity in the answer, He would give it to you. You know, rather it's from somebody else, or, you know, He just drop it on your spirit. He would give you that answer, man, during that time. And so yeah, man, I was just, you know, thinking about it at work, because I was already watching every time y'all went live, I was already tapped into y'all videos, man. You know, just constantly just watching brothers. I'm like, dang, bro, you know. So which I always been doing that. It wasn't really nothing new, but it felt a little different. You know, it felt a little different just watching y'all brothers, you know, just teaching and stuff. So, you know, I just cast a lot, you know, you know, should I, you know, is your will for me to stay, or is your will for me to leave? You know, is your will for me to, you know, just stay in New Wine, or is it your will just to, you know, go to the Hopeful Elect? And I remember just hitting the brother, which I was talking to the brother Brooke and Nehemiah, man, you know, because, you know, we the youngest, we were like the youngest of the camp, we were around the same age. So, you know, I was just hitting them brothers up, man, just telling them, you know, before I talked to everybody, I had hit them brothers up. I was just talking to them, you know, telling them what I was, you know, going through. And brother, like, man, brother, we understand, man, do what the Most High put on your spirit, which that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? They were telling me, do what the Most High put in your spirit. Ain't no love lost. Whatever you decide, just don't be hasty. That's what the brother Nehemiah said. Take your time. Don't rush the process. You know, take your time. Seek the Most High, and you know, that's what it was, man.
Did you want to? I wanted to say, just to put it out in the atmosphere, the brother Obadiah, man, don't get it twisted. He takes everything he does in this walk and his faith serious. He didn't do none of this stuff lighthearted, right? It's been plenty of times he hit me on the side. It's been plenty of times he came. He even drove out to have dinner with a bunch of us, man, and seeking counsel, right? And not just Baruch Nehemiah, not just me, not just the brothers on the screen, from other brothers too. It was a brother that we know that fell out the truth, and he started, you know, came back around that day. He was even talking to that brother. And, you know, so the brother Obadiah, man, he really is sincere in this thing, man. He wants to make the right decision. Nothing that he does is fueled by emotion or fueled by pride, right? He just wants to do the right thing and go where the Most High God is leading him. So I do want to commend the brother on that.
Save your sentiments for after this, man. We're gonna come back to that. But I wanted to get into the casting lots part of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you whether I believe something was revealed to you in a physical form. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to go into that, that's cool. If not, you can hit next.
You saying like when I cast so you asking what the lot fell on, like what it was?
What kind of lot was it? What kind of what kind of physical sign did you see? If any, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted to go into that.
Well, I cast a lot. My lot was mainly like, should I stay? Do you want me to stay, or do you, because it was between staying and hopeful elect, right? It was between staying and hopeful elect, and that was one of the hardest. This is one of the hardest decisions of my life, man. You know what it felt like? It felt like one of the hardest decisions of my life. Just just the transition, and because I was with New Wine. We started that in 2021. So it ain't like I just had met them brothers. I was with them brothers, for a little minute. But I knew the brothers from Hopeful Elect before then too, around that time, even before then. So it was a hard decision. I didn't want to offend brothers. I didn't want to, make a hasty decision, and that ain't what the Most High actually wanted me to do. So I took some time first to seek Him. So I'm like, so you want me to stay? You want me to leave? I cast a lot, and it fell on the Hopeful Elect. I did it triple time just to make sure.
So how did you cast a lot? What was taken on? Because there could be multiple ways of casting lots. What was the tool that you used?
Like a coin flip?
Yeah. I flipped the coin. I had them. I went to the app. Well, I went to Google, did heads or tails, right? And they'll flip it for you on your phone. So
okay.
Yeah.
So brother kind of let AI take
yeah, man. So like, man, I did like 3 or 4 times, just to make sure, because I didn't want to move hasty. And so I flipped the coin. I kept flipping it, right? And it fell on the Hopeful Elect. So that next day, we had actually it was a beautiful talk. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you may think our conversation gonna go left, but it ain't what you think. So I ended up had to. That was hard too, man. That's one of the hardest things. That was one of the hardest things too, just to have to, just to tell brothers that I'm not, I'm no longer gonna be laboring with y'all brothers like that. So it was tough, man. But brothers took it well. The brother Nashan, he was like, bro, he like Obadiah, bro. He like, whatever the Most High, roughly paraphrasing, trying to remember what he said. He like, whatever the Most High got you doing, bro, do it. Sometimes. I think he said something along the lines of sometimes we know you don't know why the Most High have you doing something, but hey, it could be for a reason. So then that brother said, hit me up if you need anything. The brother Baruch, he gave me some encouraging words. Basically like the Most High got me wherever I go, whatever I decide to do, the Most High got me. So it was still that love there, which it still is, right? It was still that love. Brothers understood where I was coming from. So, still love them brothers, man. I always love them brothers. But yeah,
I will attest too, man, that there are some good brothers, man. We've met them, of course, and we've been around more than some, more than others, I'll say. But every encounter was always good, man. And brothers are good, have a good heart, and I just know that everything is in its perfect time, and that brothers, one thing about it is we got to get away from the mindset of being loyal to man and even loyal to ourselves, but we got to be loyal to the conviction that the Most High puts on our heart, right? So if He feels you to be convicted to go somewhere else or to stay somewhere or to be on your own, it's your job to understand Him and not fight against His will, man. You know what I'm saying? So
and I was thinking too, like, man, and that's why it's so good to be obedient, because you just never know how many people that's with a camp or organization, and the Most High could be leading them somewhere else, and they like, you know, no, I'm not. I'm loyal, or I'm not gonna leave. You know, try to be disobedient to the Lord. You never know what the Lord can do to you, man. Just for being. And I remember I actually had with the ChatGPT, man. I needed to know, man. Like, is this? You know, I went to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gave me some good examples. It was like, you know, gave me some good counsel. You know, ChatGPT be giving some good counsel. I ain't gonna lie. Man, sometimes
you don't want to hinder yourself in any way. So, like, for instance, like, not saying if you don't listen to him that it'll always end up you always end up biting the dust and being you know, like in danger or anything like that. Sometimes it can just hinder your growth. Sometimes the Most High wants you to be with somewhere else so he can put you in contact with another person, right? That you might not ever been able to encounter if you were with somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So it's just little things that when you listen to God, man, he puts you in the right position. And I just pray and hope that all brothers that have been affected or, you know, been, you know, added to with this move, all hearts and minds are clear and souls are, you know, rejoicing that, you know, every God's timing and his placement is perfect. Right. I got one question. If the brothers have any questions after this, feel free to, and then we'll kind of move on after that. Right. Cause I don't want it to be too long. And like I said, they'll get to know you as we grow as a group. Right. But, my last question to you is, man, hey, look, what do you see yourself bringing or adding to the hopeful elect, or what do you wish to bring to the hopeful elect? Right,
man, I want to bring that young side out the brothers, man. In the sense of like, cause you know I'm the youngest, you know, so I want to bring that side of, you know, when we first came, when we first came into the, how old y'all was when y'all first came into the truth? Y'all were like 23, 24?
Yeah, around 23, 24.
I was like 21. I think I was like 21, 22.
When we first linked up?
When we first linked up, because I was married by then. So when we first linked up, I was probably around 25, 26-ish.
Yeah, I was finna turn 23.
Okay. All right, yeah. So I want to, you know, just bring that side of, you know, just, you know, cause when you young, you know, especially, not saying y'all old, I'm just younger than y'all. I'm just younger than y'all. So it's like, just bring the side of just, cause y'all brothers already got something going. You know, y'all brothers got something good going. So I just want to be able really just to learn from y'all brothers, man, and just try to bring a side of just love, man. You know, love and just.
God, man, and that shows to your character, man. You're a sincere brother, man. That's always about love and nothing else. And you know how we figured out here, man. You know, we're not really learning from somebody. But we're learning from Christ, first of all, and then we learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? We really believe in that iron sharpens iron, man. And right now we got 4 machetes. You know what I'm saying? So with 4 machetes, man, we should all be pretty sharp, right? And that's why, you know, one of the first things we said when you came, you and your rib, is that, hey, look, don't hold back. If something's on your mind, say it. You know what I'm saying? If you got a suggestion, opinion, whatever, man, don't be afraid to say it, because don't matter how old you are. You know, you've been in this truth for, you know, as you said, you've been keeping the commandment for 6 years, man. You're well enough equipped with having your own opinions on things and point of views on things, man. And we need that. We had 3 brothers that had minds to this thing, but with 4 brothers, man, we should be even more sharper with each other, right? And so right now, I kind of want to get into not nothing too long. If all 3 of us can give our, you know, kind of take on, you know, the brother Obadiah joining us, what that means for us and stuff like that. For me, man, it means that we're getting another sincere brother that's in this truth for the right. We know this brother Obadiah. We know he's not into vanity whatsoever. We know he's constantly trying to make the right decision, right, and do right and it's not a constant battle between him whether he should do the wrong thing, right? We see that with how he even made the decision to come be with us, right? I like him because, like what he said, man, he brings that young zeal back, that great awakening spirit back, man, which we felt like we needed, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's gonna help us, even you and your rib. I think you're gonna sharpen us, not just with the Bible, but just your spirit is gonna sharpen us. You're gonna provoke us to do some good work. So we're gonna get into some of that scripture later. I believe your wife is gonna help provoke our wives, right? And I think the sincerity that you guys hold, sometimes it's like, I was telling my wife, I was like, man, I like having him and Aberia because they're so sincere that sometimes they can bring something up and not even know that their statement is getting to the root of something. You know what I'm saying? But just by y'all just being y'all, you know what I'm saying? It brings out truth, right? I'm not even talking about the Bible right now, but it just brings out the truth of every situation, truth of what needs to be talked about, things like that. And I'm glad to have you guys for the longest I've known you, man. And I stand on this. You're probably the most sincere brother I've ever met in this truth. You know what I'm saying?
Praises, man.
The meekest, the most peacekeeping, right? And I've never met anybody that has less of agenda than you. Your only agenda is to push this truth, man. And that's my peace, man. You know what I'm saying? I welcome you guys, and like I said, I'm honored to have you guys alongside of us.
All praise to the Most High, man. All praise the water for that, King.
Yeah, man. I'll just say this, man. You know how the Bible say a little leaven leavens the whole lump, and we always explain that, and we talk about leaven being a bad thing. But I kind of want to, on the flip side of that, let's imagine that leaven is a good thing, right? Because leaven is an agent that causes bread to rise. I feel like, the little amount of change that we're having now with Obadiah joining us, right? We've been three brothers for so long, right? I believe even if it's just one brother, and that one brother being Obadiah, I feel like that little leaven, man, can help us to rise. And I think that he can help us to rise in the aspect of accountability. One thing about the brother Obadiah is we know that he's going to be dependable. We know that he's going to show up even if nobody show up. We know that brother going to be compelled within himself to keep going. That's not a brother right there that you got to encourage. That's not a brother right there that you got to beg. That's not a brother right there that you got to ask too much for, because he's going to put himself out there always. You know what I'm saying? Him and his rib. So I want to say, that right there is a big part of any organization, right? And I'm sure even New Wine could appreciate everything that you did for them, right? And the stuff that you did for them, their camp, right? It ain't even been a month yet, and the brother is recording, clipping. The brother is giving ideas. The brother is, he's doing a whole bunch, and it's just in him. It's not like it's because sometimes people get in that honeymoon phase, or they get on that new high. You could tell this is just him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell, like the brother Denal said earlier, it's sustainability. You could tell, like, this is something that he just does. Like, we can expect this from him all the time, right? So it's refreshing to, have a younger brother come on like that. Nothing about age or anything, but like the brother did say, he has the spirit about him to keep us from getting bored, right, in this walk. He got a spirit about him to keep us active and to keep us on the move and to keep us, from falling into complacency, right, and just doing the bare minimum. So hopefully we can push him to do the same. And I'm glad that,
he's a Travis Hunter, man. He's a secret weapon, man. If you play sports, man, you got that one person gonna do the little things. You got that one person that is gonna do all the hustle plays, right? In high school, we had this guy named Ashton Grant, right? And we knew if anybody was gonna, hey, look, when you can depend on somebody to do the little things and to hustle when you don't feel like hustling, man, that's an asset, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
that brother came to practice every day.
I'm trying to tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? And so to have somebody like that on your side, man, it's it's unmatched, man. There's no amount of money that you know can exemplify or equal, you know, what he's given to us. You know what I'm saying? For you coming to be with us, man, we see that as a really as an honor. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that you could be an asset anywhere you go, and we're glad that the Most High led you to be with us, man, because it says a lot about how the Most High kind of sees us, that we're even worthy to have a brother like you. You know what I'm saying? Because
hey, the water, man. I'm happy to be here, brothers. All praise to the Most High.
I will add this too. Goes back to why I was salty a couple years ago, man, when this whole New Wine thing transpired. But I want to say this too. Much love to the brothers from New Wine. You know, the brothers Nashan, Baruch, Nehemiah. You know, all of the brothers that are a part of that organization. Because again, one thing about it is, I say that because of, you know, conversations that me and the brother Obadiah had, but nonetheless, it's not a competition. You know what I'm saying? It's like the brother Danal said, we don't recruit. You know, a lot of people could be like, you know, it's been the three of y'all for a while, but I mean, that's because, again, we're not out here trying to focus on, you know, how many brothers is wearing Hopeful Elect shirts. You know, that's not the goal. The goal is to come out and feed the sheep, and that's what we've been trying to do for the last few years. So it's not a facade when we're saying that, you know, it is an honor to have a brother like, you know, Obadiah be a part of the Hopeful Elect officially, in the sense of, you know, actually wearing the shirts, posting on the channels, you know, coming out and laboring with us, because Danal really stole my point, that it just brings back, you know, kind of that first fire that you felt when you first came into the truth, you know, and you hearing this knowledge, and you like a kid at a candy store, you know, you kind of licking your chops, you got your picking of the litter, you know. Me being the youngest brother for a long time, it's kind of tough to give up my young title, you know, to the brother Obadiah, because now we got a younger brother than me. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is a brother who has a lot more wisdom than me in a lot of areas, because, you know, you've been in the truth for longer than myself. You know, you came into the truth at a different era than I came into. So being that, you know, you're still in this thing like you are, there's a lot that I could even learn about how to endure, you know, the trials and tribulations of living this life that the Most High wants us to live, you know, for the amount of time that you've done it, and even further. So again, yeah, we definitely blessed to have you, brother. Like I said, man, it ain't never been.
Brother done froze.
You ain't never not our platform hour. I mean, all of us.
You gotta say that part again.
I'm going in and out.
Now you back now, but you said you ain't never been, and then it froze.
Oh, I was gonna say he ain't never not been a part of. He ain't never not been a brother to us. But it's just now official that, you know, we using the Hopeful Elect platform now to, you know, push the truth that you've been pushing, you know, even on your personal channels, on New Wine page, on Prisons of Yahushua pages. You know, we glad to have that aspect on this side as well, because again, it's beautiful when you have people that you know that's going, like the brother say, show up and show out all the time.
Hey, Con, like, and you know, and I'm reading this sister's comment. It feels good to be officially a part of the family. You know, it's a good feeling when when you celebrate a feast day, that you're celebrating it with the people that you celebrating it with. For example, like, I know it sounds confusing, but like a lot of times, you know, we would always do unity camps. We would always, you know, drive and fellowship. We would always, you know, help, you know, celebrate feast days with each other. But it feels different when you know that, you know, you guys are a part of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So like that really kind of rings home, man. Like now it's like, okay, we're keeping tabernacles. We keeping it together. You know, we could plan it together. whether it be, you know, Purim or whatever. It's like now it's like, because before it's like you might celebrate it, but y'all just inviting us so we're guests, or we might celebrate y'all just so we just inviting y'all guests, and there's no really like you wasn't there to help, or we wasn't there to help the pre-planning of it or all of that behind the scenes. So now just being like she said, a family, you know, we there through the ins and outs now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what that's like.
I mean, and too, the brother has kept tabernacles with us before, you know, and shout out to the brother George. I know he gon' well, I don't know if he's gonna watch this or not, but I haven't talked to that brother in a minute. But shout out to the brother George, man. The brother Obadiah drove all the way up to Augusta, Georgia one time to hold tabernacles with us back in 2022. So that just kind of goes to show that, you know, it really has been like a long time coming. Because, like, again, I'll say it for the 14th time. It's not like we're introducing the brother as a new brother to us, because the brother been a brother. You know what I'm saying? We just letting y'all know that, you know, hey, the brother is now using the Hopeful Elect platforms to do the same thing that he been doing since he came into this walk, which is, you know, fear God and keep the commandments. So it's like I say, it's really a real deal blessing, man. Even, and I wish the brother Azrael was there when we went to Albany State and we did that unity camp that one time, man. Yep. Brothers out there looking like, you know what I'm saying, we was all blacked out, looking like GDs on the campus, man. Looking like GDs. But that was another beautiful day, man. Just one of the many beautiful times that we had when we came together in fellowship, man. But all praise to the Most High, you know. His will be done, his timing.
Come on, man.
Hey, appreciate that, King. All praise. And the brother said some, like, the brothers, and just thinking, just going back, man. Like, see, speaking of the brother Azrael, man. See, people know him right now. He had a low cut. He wear the cowboy boots, but they ain't see him in the stage of him having, you know, the fro and the sandals. See, a lot of people didn't see that, right? They didn't see the you know, the big beard with you know, he was on his vow and he had the staff in his hand. A lot of people didn't see that, man. That's how far we go back.
Hey, look, we would go out and we would do charity events, and people would mistake this brother for somebody that was homeless. You know, they were like, "Oh, you want to give me something?"
Hey, bro.
They was looking at a brother like, "I think you giving you something."
The brother was trying to pay for gas one day. We was doing alms on South Cobb Drive in Atlanta, man. Well, really Marietta, but man, I'm talking about the brother. He was trying to pay for somebody gas, and they was kind of looking at him like, I ain't got nothing for you, bro. He was like, "No, I'm trying to pay for y'all gas," and he was like, they was like, "Oh,
yeah, man." See that, and they ain't see, like, even just going back. So I think y'all the first brothers that I ever seen that came out with the jerseys, right? The Hopeful Elect jerseys with the 12 on the back with y'all name on it.
Hey, you said
welcome, bro.
You said it on me. So all these other camps out here that think y'all the first.
We see. I did see Naquam have a jersey, but as a camp, I never seen camp jerseys before.
Nah, I ain't never seen that, man. And that was actually when we had a camp. That was at Albany State homecoming. So
shout out to brother Isaiah, man.
Hey, matter of fact, hey, all praises though, because I definitely thought of the idea, but I'm gonna be honest, man. It's the Sabbath. I got the idea from Naquam jersey. Look, I had seen
but it was still yeah. Somebody collectively do it though,
right? He had that hard jersey that said "Watchman for Israel." Matter of fact, he was wearing it that David Lynn video where you know the police had him hemmed up. So I seen that, and I know everything that was going on. The one thing that stood out, I was like, "Dang, where did I get that jersey from? That joint is hard." And that's what made me say, man, we got to have some Hopeful Elect jerseys. So, shoot, I ordered them things. But now we got to get the brother Obadiah one. You know, it's on the right.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When we seen that set the tone. When y'all brother came in with that, you know, it's like, dang, you know, them brothers, you know, we ain't never seen that before. I think I put the video in the clip when I made.
It's in there, man. And so, like, you know, I say this, coming into this truth, we've all been a part of certain things. Like, you know, you guys know we've been a part of fraternities and you know, things like that, even sports teams and stuff like that. And one thing that we make it our mission is if we're gonna do this thing, man, we're gonna put our all into it. And what that comes with, it comes with being an ambassador. And so with being an ambassador, we gotta get stuff. And when we get stuff, we can't just get just the bare minimum type thing. You know what I'm saying? You got a brother. No offense to this, no offense, but you got people you getting t-shirts from Dollar General, and you kind of just iron on your stuff and stuff like that. Nothing's wrong with that, but the way I see it is, if I was in the world and I was with an organization or a team or something like that, and we getting embroidered stuff and stitched stuff and nice stuff like that, how much more for being in this truth and being a representation in this truth, right? And so that's one thing that we kind of coined ourselves with doing, man. Everything that we do, and for the longest time, it's only been 3 of us, so it wasn't hard to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's why you see us with the jerseys and the polos and the waterproof hats and stuff like that. It's because if we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it full-fledged, like as if we were doing it for an organization back in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we kind of stand on, is being a good representation.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh, go ahead, Azrael. My bad.
I was gonna say one thing that people may say is, "Oh, them brothers, it's only 3 of them brothers. Now it's 4." But one thing they can't say is that we don't be stepping now. Whether it's
that's folly, bro.
Cowboy hats. Folly. Hey, or the polo, we pull up.
Hey, look though, I am gonna put my foot down.
We pull up in the polos, and brothers be like, "I ain't never seen that before."
I am gonna put my foot down. We was the first ones in cowboy hats and cowboy. We was in this before Cowboy Carter, before
all this trail ride stuff.
We was doing it.
Brothers.
I remember we pulled up
brothers was in the jungle boots. We was in the cowboy boots. They like, what kind of different,
bro? I remember we pulled up to the birthday bash a couple years ago with the cowboy hats. It was blazing hot outside. Everybody was like, "Dang, that's different, man. We were in the country for real." But I just want to say that, man, y'all ain't been seeing us in the cowboy hats that much often, because y'all out here playing it out. There is a prominent bishop out here that thinks he's stepping with the cowboy culture and all that stuff. I just want to say, man, we was out here doing that now.
I'm not gonna lie. And on top of that, I will say this, man. Everybody can have that style, but the thing is, like the brother's saying, we definitely Israelite trendsetters when it comes to that style. Coming to camp, teaching the Bible. So that, hey, look. You can say it's folly, but look, check this out, man. Check this out. When nobody else doing that, and now that we done did it, they coming out with this era. Every time somebody come to camp, see us with a cowboy hat on or something, they thinking that we are part of the trend. When realistically, like that song with Takeoff, he was like, "We set the trend." Hey,
bro, I know for a fact when we first pulled up with cowboy hats and stuff, niggas was looking at us sideways like them niggas weird. Like,
hey, it was brothers.
They thought we was agents.
It was brothers that teach against hats. When they saw them cowboy hats, they said, "Hey, I like that.
I like that. I might got to put that on, boy."
They was like, "Hey,
Paul was talking about, boy.
Hey, send me the Amazon link."
They said, "Forget Paul,
Amazon, bro."
Hey, but in all honesty, no vanity, but the reason why we do stuff different, man, and pull up is like what the brother Obadiah said. Obadiah said when he saw us with the jerseys, that kind of sparked a fire. You know what I'm saying? So we literally, like, I believe Paul says in the New Testament, paraphrasing, but he was like, "Shout out to the house of Stephanus because they have revived my spirit or refreshed my spirit," right? When we pull up, we know that it was only few of us in number, so we just wanted to make people smile, make brothers happy that they outside the house and fellowship. And so that's why a lot of times when you see us coming around, a lot of brothers start smiling. "Hey, the hopeful elect, hey, the cowboy hat," or because we just trying to bring a good spirit to wherever we go to. And a lot of that has to deal with the countenance of a man. You know what I'm saying? And like the brother Denal said, you got to put forth effort to make yourself look presentable, make yourself look good, make yourself look what's the word that I'm looking for? I already said that, right? But to make yourself look likable, right? And
approachable.
approachable. You know what I'm saying? So like that's, you know, part of our mission too, is to be blameless, to not offend nobody, and also to refresh brothers and sisters' spirits.
And I gotta add too, because it's not about, even though it's, you know, we folly, but I put it like this: it's really not about the apparel. So we're not saying this because we want folks to be thinking like, oh, when you come to the Hopeful Elect, you're gonna be tripped out in design, you're gonna have the best fashion. Like, it's not about the apparel. Like the brothers are saying, it's about the appearance and the way we present ourselves as a living sacrifice. You know, if we went hard in the world for the worldly things, we can go 30 times harder for the Father in the truth for the heavenly things. Now, saying that to say, the point I was making was that we want to be, I guess you could say, good representations. And I say that because I feel like when we was first starting out as a camp, and I'm not saying this is emphatically true, but when brothers was rocking the turbans, you know, the staffs, had the kind of like the ancient look, a lot of our brothers and sisters respected that in the community. But I realized that a lot of people that was on the streets, it wasn't really necessarily something that they just kind of like gravitated towards initially. But you change the look up a little bit, you know, you start realizing that some people kind of, you know, get attracted by different things. And I feel like there was a lot of more people that, you know, just because we had on a collared shirt, some nice jeans and some boots, you know, they was able to, or willing to have that conversation a lot more than they would if we was out there, you know, with a different approach like we used to in times past. Not to say that the approach is exactly what draws them in. I just think that, you know, again, when you're dealing with simplicity in these times, when it comes to people, when you're dealing with simplicity, you just got to know how to cater to the crowd that you're around, you know?
Right. That's the main point right there, man. What you said at the end is environment, bro. You got to understand where environment you're in. The environment that we're in, Middle Georgia, man, I wear jeans and boots because I feel like that's just something I like doing. That's just me personally, right? Even outside of the truth, that's the type of person I am. But the environment that we're in, it kind of warrants for that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna see a lot of that here in Middle Georgia. Now, if you were down in Baltimore, they might be more receptive to, you know, the ancient look and stuff like that. But it's all about environments. What did Paul say to the Gentiles? I became a Gentile. To the Jews, I became a Jew, right? You got to know your environment, know your personnel. That's what we always say, KYP, right? And if you're really trying to be a fisherman, you're gonna know what the right type of bait, the right type of jig to put on that fishing rod. You know what I'm saying? But that's not to say we want people to start dressing like us or be like us or anything like that. But do your research. Be practical about your environment and put your all into whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave nothing on the table. If you made a shirt and something in you said, man, I could have made it better than this, right? Put it on the table if you want to be a good representation, a good ambassador for Christ. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave nothing hanging, man. Do it with your all.
And I had a few things too, man. One, this one I had just started thinking about last week. This is our job. Us going out teaching and laboring, we are basically the face of the Most High. Right. So how we present ourselves is how people gonna look at the Most High. So you want to go, like the brother say, your appearance don't matter in a sense, but then in a little sense it kind of does, because we going out and being that face for the Most High. You don't want to go out there and you're not wearing your best. You can do better.
Right.
Because this is a job and it's for the Most High. And people looking at him. What you said, King?
I said we're his employees.
We his employees. And just like how you have a job and you may have an office job and you go in your job, you make sure you have your shirt ironed. You make sure you got your some people wear cologne and you look your best, you wash your face when you go to your job. So we can't go to camp and we have dressing, right? We have, doing what we need to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
You smell bad.
Yeah.
Flies around you and stuff like that, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, there's prophets where the prophets were saying, man, the Most High kind of regretted giving us putting the crowns on our head and putting jewels in our ears and stuff like that. But that's to say, man, the Most High wants us to look good. Yeah. If he's a king and he's glorious and he's royal, He wants us to look like that too. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not even saying that ancient look is bad, but you don't have to be ancient. You don't have to look ancient and homeless. You know what I'm saying?
You can still, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm sure people in the ancient days look presentable. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They matched. You know what I'm saying?
We got to understand, like, when it comes to like audience, people pay attention to what you have on. People pay attention to, you know, your demeanor and things like that, and how you doing things. So that's why it's good. And you just never know. A lot of times, how you carry yourself and, you know, what you have on can attract people over the one to hear the word. Okay, you know, that's why people go to church and listen to a pastor all day, because he got a nice suit on, right, with the pinky ring on, and he, you know what I'm saying, he look nice. It's how he's presentable.
Nowadays they got on
rings.
Yeezys with tight jeans. Nowadays,
the
I ain't gonna lie though, but you know, I'm a trainer. You know, I train football. Well, I train athletes across different sports, but when I'm training football, I'll tell my player, man, I told him a couple of times on occasion, you know, this is the analogy I use. Now, no folly, I'm not trying to transgress commandments of the Lord, nothing like that, but this is what I'm relating it to the message. I'm saying, I told my player all the time, I said, man, when you out on the field working, you know what I'm saying, you just got to remember that coaches is watching. And the reason that you got to remember that coaches is watching, because coach look at athletes like men look at women, you know. If there's a single man, like pause, you know, but if there is a single man and he's out here looking for a wife, you know, if he has any sense, he's not just going to take any woman that comes his way. He's going to build rapport with this woman. He's going to examine this woman. He's going to see if this woman is a woman worth, you know what I'm saying, I guess you could say dealing with or having or approaching. And it's the same thing I tell my athletes, man, when they train. I said, you know, you got to just always be mindful about what you're putting out on film, the effort that you're giving every time you stepping on the field, because at the end of the day, if your film and your practice looks terrible, it looks ugly, think about when you see a girl that maybe not look that desirable to you. You're not going to want to deal with her the same way a coach wouldn't want to deal with you. And it's the same thing with this situation. It's like we have to do our best to make sure that we putting good film out for people to review and examine. You know, I'm not talking about recording the videos and putting them on, you know, TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. That is a part of it. But the main thing is, I'm saying, is just like when it comes to reaching the people, again, you want to look desirable to an extent, not in a lustful sense of sexual pleasure, but in a sense that people want to come have a conversation with you in that sense, like that.
Gotta be marketable, man.
Yeah.
Con.
Go ahead. I got a few scriptures too. Go ahead though. I'm just saying that just in case you see it.
Well, I can probably hold what I need to say to the end.
Okay. Let me share my screen real quick. First precept I want to bring up here, man. Sirach. We're gonna go Sirach chapter. One of my favorite precepts, man. Y'all already know what it is. 37 and 12. Right. In light of the brother joining us, man. If I get a brother to read that.
I'll read it. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 and verse 12, and it says, "But be continually with the godly man."
Brother got the Holy Spirit.
Whom thou knowest.
Start speaking in tongues.
Hey, let's be serious, man. Let's be serious.
Look, yeah. Look, let me read it again, man. Sirach 37 and 12, man. This brother tripping. It says, "But be continually with the godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry."
Man, I bring this up to say, man, that this is definitely a man that we know keeps these commandments, man, day in and day out. We know he's a brother that's gonna sorrow with us when we sorrow. He's gonna rejoice when we rejoice, man. He's gonna be on par. And we know his mind is according to our mind as far as, you know, as far as maturing in this truth and where we're at right now, you know, and we're gonna enjoy him as long as we have him. Don't know any of the brothers you see on the screen. We don't know how long any of the brothers will be with us, right? I'm not even talking about dying or nothing like that. I'm just talking about like you never know if somebody's gets in their spirit to move on or something like that. So while he's here and while we have like minds, we're gonna enjoy him just like we enjoy everybody else on the screen, right? But this lesson is kind of geared towards the brother, right? I got another precept, man. I just want to go through these precepts real quick. That way we can get them out of the way. Go to is that Hebrews? Yeah, Hebrews 10. Let's see, and 24. All right. Somebody want to read that for me?
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, and verse 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
And this brother right here, Brother Obadiah, the Bible Prince, man, he's one that's going to provoke us to love more, to do more good works, right? He's already started doing, I think his first week, man, the brother got on live by himself and did a lesson, man, unwarranted, without anybody telling him to, right? That's the type of provocation that we need. I'm going to see what the next verse says on this one.
Verse 25, not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
Con, man, that's what the brother brings, him and his rib, right? They're not gonna forsake the assembly. The brother is not afraid of any mileage to be put on that Lexus. You know what I'm saying? He gonna push it. It's hard to find. That's why it says as the manner of some is, right? Because it's hard to find brothers and sisters that will do that. Exhorting one another, right? Not to, and you know, I could put it, I mean, it's good works, right? Even his rib, right? She's coming, helping sisters in the camp with chores and things like that, unwarranted, right? These are things that we need, you know what I'm saying? And things that are priceless. Right, we definitely appreciate you guys. Got two more scriptures real quick, and then we can you know, say the benediction. Right, let's go to Ecclesiastes. We're gonna go to 4 and verse number 9. Let's see, is
Sirach 4 and 9, and not Sirach, excuse me, Ecclesiastes 4 and 9. And it says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor.
Next verse.
Verse number 10, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him, Salakia, woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up.
All right, man. What's the next verse I'm going to say?
Verse number 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone?
Come, man. Right, man. We all know these scriptures, man. But you know, and I know we already had 3 of us, but I'm bringing this out to say how much better are we with a fourth, right? How much warmer are we with the fourth, right? How much more help do you have? How many more helping hands do you have reaching to you when you fall? When you have 4 of us, and that's not really even 4. He's bringing on his rib and his two offspring with us, right? His 2 children. Right. Together we come together and we make a big family. Right. That's another reason why I like the fact of them coming, is because now my daughter has more friends. You know what I'm saying? Now we have more women to delegate things that need to get done as far as for feast days, cooking and stuff like that. Now we have more brothers with minds that can, you know, dive into this Bible and to see how we can further this truth. Right. And so we all come together and we become more satisfied, right? Less hungry in physical aspects, more warmer in certain aspects, right? We're not left alone. We got people that we can lean on. Last scripture I got, let's go to 1 Corinthians.
Dang, brother, men can't cook on feast days, bro.
Now they can, you know what I'm saying? I was just giving examples, 16 and 15. I know some brothers like to throw down, man. You know, shout out to the brother that started the this is how Hebrews eat. You know what I'm saying? Some of them dishes be looking good. You know, if I think Brother Azrael, you can read this one. I think you brought this one up earlier, 1 Corinthians 16 and 15.
1 Corinthians 16:15. I beseech you, brethren, you know the house of Stephanus, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints.
Right, verse 16.
The brother Buck addicted himself to this ministry. Verse 16, that you submit yourselves unto such, and to everyone that helpeth with us and laboreth.
Right,
Verse
man.
17, I am glad of the coming of Stephanus and Fortunatus and Achaicus, for that which was lacking on your part they have supplied, for they have refreshed my spirit and yours. Therefore, acknowledge ye them that are such.
Right, man. This is, and that's that sums up the brother Obadiah right there, right? He's refreshed our spirits from the day he sent us that video. My spirit has been refreshed, man. Just knowing that we're getting a brother that's addicted to the ministry. When I say this brother is addicted to the ministry, he's addicted to the ministry as long as I've known him. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those good addictions where I hope it rubs off, right? You know, you know, you got some crackheads, you don't want to be around them because you don't want to fall into the same thing that they doing. But this is the type of crack that I want to get down with, right? I want to be addicted to this ministry as much as the Bible Prince is. You know what I'm saying? And so I do think it's an honor having you with us, man. That's all the precepts I got. Do you brothers have any precepts that you want me to bring out?
Also, it says, you know, therefore acknowledge ye them that are such. So just let you know, this ain't no folly video, man. We're gonna acknowledge brothers. We're gonna acknowledge sisters when they're genuinely good people that refresh your spirit. But I did have a precept, something that you quoted earlier, Proverbs 27 and 17.
That's iron sharpens iron. So a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
Bring it out.
27 and what? 17?
Bring it out.
17.
This is Proverbs 27:17. It says, iron sharpeneth iron. So a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
Right. You don't know, man. Sometimes your whole image, your whole
brother done froze.
Frozo.
Oh, Salakia. On my back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of sisters too, you'll notice, or you might not even notice, other people will notice for you that your countenance or your visage or your image will change just from having brothers and sisters around you to keep sharpening you behind the scenes, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you'll start carrying yourself different from the sharpening of that person behind the scenes a lot of times, and you don't even know, but other people can recognize it in you. Something's changed. Like you see a lot of videos on social media, and they'll be like, something's changed about you, and they'll be like, oh, I just been going to the gym every day, or something's changed about you. Oh, I just met this beautiful man that's come into my life after so much hurt, or something's changed about you. Yeah, I got rid of them toxic friends in my circle, you know. So just like those videos that you may see on social media, man, the Bible is saying the same thing. You got a friend that sharpens iron, right? Y'all constantly trying to figure out the truth of the matter. Y'all constantly giving each other counsel. Y'all constantly, you know, provoking each other to do good things. Hey, man, right? But that's all I have.
Good. Any more precepts? I know the brother Obadiah had some closing remarks too.
Well, I don't got a closing precept, but I will say, again, not necessarily a folly video. All praise to the Most High, you know, again, just for the unity of brethren, man. Because at the end of the day, like brothers talk about, you know, on our men's nights, man, sometimes you don't realize how blessed you are to be in certain positions and situations. You know, the fact that you have brothers around that can provoke you to good works and kind of keep you in the spirit and help you sharpen your iron. Everybody doesn't have that, you know, and it's not something to take for granted at all. So again, all glory goes to the Most High God, you know, just for, you know, having brothers around like that, you know, not to be taken for granted at all.
Man. Yeah, I want to say, man, I appreciate y'all brothers, man. Appreciate the love, appreciate the encouraging words, you know, and definitely all praise to the Most High, you know, for just, you know, just being so wonderful, man, and just doing things behind the scenes when we feel like he's not there. He always working. You know, when we sleep, he up. He don't sleep. You know, we tired, he energetic. He on fire. He consuming fire. So, you know, just all praise to the Most High. So, man, shout out to the brothers at the Hopeful Elect. Also, shout out to the brothers at New Wine Congregation in Israel. You know, them brothers still doing their thing on YouTube. If anybody want to check them brothers out. And I wanted to say, can you pull up my go to my YouTube real quick, the Bible Prince, and go to the playlist? I wanted to, you know, I want to show. Well, you don't gotta click on any of the videos, but you know, just in case if anybody wanted to watch the older videos, and it's another place. If anybody got Instagram, you know, our old Instagram for Prisoners of Yahweh Shai is still up. It's called Prisoners_of_Yahweh Shai. You know, so them old videos up, you know, we was out there when I was saying we was Prisoner of Yahweh Shai, we was in Tallahassee. I caught myself looking at, I forgot we had an Instagram page. So it popped up. And I'm like, dang, I was looking at the older videos. So I know if anybody wanted to check out the older videos and how it was, you know, we got an Instagram. So the Bible Print.
I thought the brother was finna promote an album. I was finna say, all right, now.
Nah, man. Nah.
Wasn't you the same brother rebuking brothers who make music, bro? I'm just messing with you.
That's madness.
I'm just messing.
Funny, man. Hey, put the Bible Print. Don't space them out. It probably come up. Yeah, my Instagram is also the Bible Prince, and that I got older videos on there as well too from when I started teaching on my on my Instagram, the Bible Prince. Older videos. Playlist. Yeah. And go down.
You got some arm workouts on here, bro?
Yeah, man. Hey, trying to get ready, man. Trying to get big, stay in shape, man. Might have to do a lot of running soon.
They said how I knew I would work out. I hit the gym. I knew I would work out.
He got skits with his rib. Y'all go check them out too.
Oh yeah, man. Guys gotta hop back on them. There you go right there. Prisoner Yahweh Shai, New Wine Times the Hopeful Elect. So anybody want to check them out? It's 22 videos. You know, just you can click on the king. I don't think
wow, that's mighty. I didn't even know you had it.
Yeah, and it just, you know,
scroll down to the bottom.
That's when brothers were teaching the sister, I think, about Acts, how it said Niger. You know, so it's like 22 of them. I put them together, man. So
Brother George right there. Brother Denal's chest looking kind of pumped up.
Hey, you know that? Click on that Augusta. Well, Augusta is the country of Atlanta. That's when we was teaching Augusta for First Friday, man.
Oh yeah, Shai was crying.
Yeah, man, that was a mighty.
Bro, I didn't know you had all these videos. It's
yeah,
crazy.
Man, that's what I was telling you in the beginning of the video. I put a playlist together. Yeah, man, I'm like, man, that's crazy, bro. When was that? 2021? 2022?
That's mighty, right?
I think that was in 2022.
Hey, brother Aliyah, man, I love when that brother teach, man.
Yeah, man,
that's short.
Yeah,
that's mighty, man. That brings back a lot of memories, man. A lot of nostalgia, man.
For sure.
That was a good time, man. It was kind of cold that night too.
Yeah, man. I might watch some of the videos tonight, man.
Brother Zion in the back there, man.
Yeah, out there going strong.
Aliyah hair kind of short, man.
Yeah, man. His hair longer now.
Yeah.
To his back.
Yeah, man. That's them good times, man. Y'all go check that out. The Bible Prince on YouTube as well. Right.
So all praise to the Most High, man. You know,
all praises, man. Hey, man, check it out, man. I hope you guys like this video, getting to know the Bible Prince, man. We'll be downtown Macon on Cherry Street, the corner of Cherry Street and what was it? Third? Is that 3rd Street? I don't know. I think it's corner of Cherry Street and 3rd.
Yeah, corner of Cherry Street and 3rd.
Got you. Con. So we'll be down there. Hopefully we'll be out there by 6. I know it was a few people reached out to me, said that they was going to be down there today. So it should be a good time. They might come with some questions or whatever. I don't know. But you guys come join us if you would like. We'll be down there most of the time. We are, since we have the brother with us though, we are going to be traveling to the Valdosta area as well, man. So y'all be looking forward to that as well.
Valdosta, Adel, Albany. What we gonna be there? We gonna be there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Miami.
Looking forward to all of that, man. Remember, man, if you're not helping to gather, you're helping to scatter. We're gonna see you guys next time. We'll be jumping on tomorrow. Brother Isaiah has a mighty lesson for us tomorrow. And so yeah, we're gonna get off this thing because the brother gotta hit the road, man. You gotta come down and
gotta slide down the old
I didn't expect for this to be this long, but then again I did. So it is what it is. Giving all honor and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We do so by way of His only begotten Son, who we see as an instrument of salvation for our nation, who taught us the way on how to live. Right, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Shalom. Shabbat shalom.